What up, Video Battle League? It's week 6 now. Last week was week 5. That's the week we're going to get into. Let's check out the highlights of the week. Last week, we got a lot of people in last second. I think we had 3 battles when we started the card, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 we had like 6 battles. It was crazy. So VBL's really picking up. It's fucking dope. Keep telling people to join. Keep fucking spamming that shit. Let's make it happen. It's fucking big. Secondly, the Great Father posted a video check-in of himself, obviously, as a check-in, and it was everybody thought it was brilliant. Everybody in the chat was like, yeah, Great Father, that was awesome, it was hilarious, until he posted a battle video that was of equal caliber. Not so smart there, and nobody really felt it, so it's kind of a flop on his part on that, but whatever. Anyways, moving on. Slayer and Mimic were hinting all week that they were going to have a legendary battle. Slayer even went as far as saying, quote, "My hopes after this with Mimic and all the personals we got in this battle is that we're too ashamed to face the sight." End quote. That's pretty intense. Basically, they both trash-talked each other. And then, in the battle when it came up, they basically let loose that they shit-talk everybody in the league behind their backs. And, yeah. We're all a bunch of homos, apparently. So, and Mimic writes Slayer's battles. That was a bombshell. You could do better if that were the case, by the way. Like, really? Moving on. The Great Father and Chapo were kind of like in a 2-man battle versus Mechs and Center Sight. They had this thing going on. Great Father likes to troll people, obviously. Big penis joke guy. Loves the penis. Mechs seems pretty homophobic. Jumped right on that, ironically. So when that was happening, all of a sudden Chapo came back in. He'd been gone for a week or whatever, and Center Sight took the opportunity to jump in and be like, yo, what the fuck? You ducked me, and now you're back in the league after a week. Seems kind of coincidental. Not gonna lie, you're gone for a week. But at the same time, he only picked up a battle because Dave Dilly needed a battle. So really, he was doing us a favor, and he happened to have time to stay in. Who knows if that's, really if there was a secondary motive to that, or if he was trying to hide or anything. We'll see. I'm sure he'll get a battle anyway. This league happens to run around real quick with that. What's next? And he posted pictures. Chapo posted pictures of the studio that he works in, and that kind of got under Mex's skin. They started beefing about that. It was kind of stupid, but that, sadly, was pretty much the most exciting thing that happened last week. It was really, really lame in the chat thread. I went through it, and it took like 4 hours to fucking sift through and find anything that was ridiculously exciting. The only other thing that was kind of funny was Miracle. He ran around telling everybody, yo, get in there, vote. It's time to vote. It's time to vote. Don't forget to post. Don't forget to post. And then, last second, he jokes about he's going to, ask for an extension and then post last second, and then he's going to miss the deadline. He's going to no-show, which he did. He ended up asking for the extension, funny enough, and then he actually no-showed. That was kind of whack, but it's all good. And that was that was it. That was the exciting highlights of the week. We get to the battles, what I thought of the battles. Fresh versus Letterman. Fresh is pretty new. He was picking up the speed there. He was definitely, from the first battle that I saw, he definitely improved. He's got a long way to go, obviously, to compete with the bigger names here. But he's got that same kind of tragic flow, like they're poets. But this is a battle, so you gotta get aggressive with it. You gotta put aggression in your voice. You gotta get mean with it, man. There's no other way to say it. Punches were kind of okay. There wasn't anything that was like really, really out there. But work on that. That's pretty decent. Letterman's your fucking quality, man. Apparently he's gonna be better this week, so we'll see. If it weren't for that, man, you'd have had it. You didn't have as many, punches. You had harder hitter punches, but not as many. I don't know. It was really hard to judge. I had to watch that one twice, actually. Fresh ended up coming out with it. Good battle. It's good to see. Fresh, keep up. Letterman, get that quality fix for this week. Next battle was Chapo and Dave Dilly. Crazy thing is Dave Dilly was locked up. He got fucking arrested 2 days before the... 2 days? No, the day of the battle. The day of the battle, and still ended up showing up. was fucking crazy. That was awesome. And, you know, Miracle still didn't show up. What the fuck? Yeah, so Dave Dilly versus Chapo. Dave Dilly put a quick verse together, and it was pretty dope for what it was, real quick. I can't remember exactly what the line was. The chapstick line. It was pretty dope. I remember something about that. You know, and Chapo brought it, as usual. He had a couple slip-ups here and there. It felt like he was forgetting his lines, or he was reading and kind of slipping up where he was. I don't know. But I think he just threw it together quick, thinking that it was just a no-show, drop-a-verse win. But either way, it was enough to take the win, so that was dope. Next was Tragic, or the lyricist. He had a no-show win, I think. If flow's getting better, so I wrote this down because I didn't actually put your feed in the post, but your flow's improved. It seems like you're starting to memorize. You know, you're keeping at it, which is good. Your punches are starting to get better. The Donovan Bailey line, I like that one. That was a good one. If it would, like, I think it was the flow that was in it, because your flow's definitely getting better. So it's definitely something to keep at. I don't know. I think it was too bad that you got no-showed. I think this probably would have been the best battle in the league that week anyway. You had a lot of name flips. Like, it was really good. But definitely expand on them more, because you're hitting one-liners in a two-line bar. So that doesn't really work. We can see where you're getting with it, but it's not really the punch that you're looking for. So work on that, make them a little more complicated. Not stretch them, but word them a little bit better and make them longer so that it's a boom, 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 boom. And it's a big punch, you know? So good on that. Dutch versus LLS. Gotta say, man, Dutch took this right away. His, like, fucking stand-up flow, he's got that fucking aggression. It's ridiculous. He's definitely a guy to watch out for. I'm going to keep my eye on him for sure. He's one of the few people that stays back enough from the camera that you can actually see, like, most of his upper body, you know? So it adds to the performance, and it's something that not a lot of people here in this league really either have the opportunity or chance to do or able to do, or just not a lot of people think of it. And it's definitely something that people need to start working on, because it adds to the performance, it adds to your video, and it really adds to everything to it. LLS, really, man, come on. I saw spit coming out of your mouth. That was ridiculous. Set the camera up or something. You know, like, I don't know. Put a little more effort into it, man. Like, you're not awful. You're good. You're sitting at 0-2, but you could be doing better, man. You could be doing better, and I guarantee you it's mostly just the effort you're putting into your performance. Work on that, man. Great Father versus Joe. Joe, you're getting better and better every week. It's crazy. The confidence in your lyrics. You don't stutter as much. I know I say that more every time, but it's almost non-existent now. I don't know if you're practicing more, if you're memorizing your lines more, or if it's just the fact that you're more confident in the fact that you've been here in a whole season of the league and this is your second one. But keep at it, man. It's definitely coming good. I got you on a punch coming up. And the Great Father, man, like, did you freestyle? Like, I don't know what that was. That was really confusing. I wasn't sure. He signed out this week, so there's really not much to say about that. That was kind of whack, man. I was really disappointed. I was kind of expecting more with all the hype. The contenders match, Battle of the Brits. That was definitely quite possibly the best battle this week. They both went in with the personals. You know, Mimic came out on top. He had a little bit of a better flow. The punches were harder hitting, and if what he was saying was true, maybe it's that he wasn't writing for Slayer this week, and you know, Slayer didn't have the edge that he normally has, if you can call that an edge. But I don't know, man. It was a decent battle. Slayer, work on your aggression, man. You're still spitting, like, you got that voice. You can't really change that. But yeah, get more aggression in it, man. Put some oomph into it. You're a dude. Get some bass in your voice. Stop talking like a girl. True story. And Mimic, man, you definitely had that flow that you always have, and you know, it's something that sets you apart from most people in this league. Like, you definitely have a don't flop kind of attitude. Like, it seems like you would fit in there. So if that's something you're looking to get into, definitely get into that. That's, you know, that's fucking more than this is, and that's definitely something to give props to, regardless of anything else. And yeah, man, like your personals, you went deep with the personals. I think they were a little bit stretched at the beginning. I think Dutch touched on that a little bit. He said that, you know, it was building up, and it didn't really seem like it was much until you got halfway through, and then boom. But really, if you're going to face a tough opponent, they're gonna have punches and big personals and shit laid all throughout the verse, and that shit's not really gonna, you know, building up to that's not really gonna help you unless you're doing it in Don't Flop or something where you got like 3 rounds and rebuttals and shit you can add to that. Overall, again, not a bad verse. It was pretty good. Your flow was there, your punches were there. I would say just make it a little more intricate, work on the delivery. Yeah, that was a pretty good battle, man. Mimic took this one. Next, we got my bars of the week. We had enough battles this week that I didn't want to stretch the video so long that I was going to pick a battle from every person. So I picked my favorite bar. It doesn't mean it's the best bar, but my favorite bar from every battle from one person. That's it. So we'll have 6 bars, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So Fresh versus Letterman. This one I took from, I believe it was Letterman. Yeah, it was Letterman. So here we go. I didn't even come to fight, but he'll write some bullshit. I didn't even come to fight, but he'll write some threatening lines like, "I'ma shank you, letter. But the only reason I signed in was so that you could have a battle, so forget a verse, you should be writing me a thank you letter." I thought that was pretty clever. The way that you had the thank you letter as a piece of paper and the letter as your name. That was pretty clever. It was good. Best line of the battle in my opinion. Obviously, that's why it's here. So, Fresh, work on your shit. You could have had best line of the battle, but you had so many little ones. Chapo and Dilly. I went with Chapo on this one. I don't know if he messed up on this one. It was kind of hard to hear, but he said, with some butch blonde dykes feeling high like, thinking he's all fancy, pulling out the champagne, but it's beers and a Miller High Life. Just the way you said it, it was the cockiness in your voice. It was fucking hilarious, man. It was dope. Good one. Tragic. Obviously, I went with Tragic in this one. You're trying to trip and delace me. You want to delay me, but I'm running circles around you like I'm Donovan Bailey. The trip and delace, the fact that it was Donovan Bailey's a runner, you had the words linking there, but that, it was dope. It was dope. That's what I was talking about on Facebook the other night. You gotta fucking work on the connections between your lines. We'll see that coming up in the next battle. It's gonna be a good line that you told me there. It's gonna be dope. Dutch versus LLS. Dutch. Obviously, I went with Dutch. There's nobody else there. Man, you was fiending for love. The expression on your face was, baby, you trying to do this or what? The fact that you went up like this, man, fucking killed me. That was fucking hilarious. And, it was exactly like in his picture. It was good. Definitely keep up with that kind of shit, man. It gets the fucking people going every time. Joe and the Great Father. Obviously, I went with Joe. Hold on, I can't even read my writing. You're bound to lose, so cry like a bitch and count each bruise. This verbal ass beating you're trying to refuse. The same shit repeat, your talk is cheap like conference calling with Jews. Conference calling with Jews. I laughed, and it was probably the heartiest laugh I gave all battle. Props on that. Mimic versus Slayer. I went with Mimic. This line, it's kind of the 2 lines that I took, because I can't obviously say all the shit that went with it, and was part of what I was saying when I was describing the battle. There's so much of a lead up to this that the actual punch in it is kind of lost in just the line. But if you go back and listen to the whole thing, it really adds to it, and it makes sense why it's my favorite. So if you think Slayer's a cool dude and think that he's nice, then understand rap battles and Facebook to him is like Jekyll and Hyde. I didn't say it right the same way that Mimic said it. It rhymed more when he said it, and it was dope. Again, go back if you don't like it. Go back and listen to the whole thing. It'll make more sense. And so that brings us to the battle of the week. In my opinion, the battle of the week anyway. I think that would definitely go with Mimic and Slayer. They had the most interesting battle. Again, it had so many fucking personals. And if it's all true, man, that was fucking heavy. Good shit, man. Good battle. I don't think anybody, I think one other person voted for a battle of the week in the actual nominations thread. So everybody should go and do that real quick so that it's not a tie and Joe has to make a call, and then it's just Joe's decision on which is the battle of the week, and that's kind of whack. Who's in and who's out this week? So who signed in and who signed out at the end of last week to be in the battles and everything this week? Who came in was Mex and Center Sight. They both got battles this week. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen Mex battle since we did an audio battle way the fuck back in the day, so that'll be fucking cool to see him do. And Center Sight, I've obviously never seen him do anything, so it'll definitely be interesting to see that. The Great Father, he got banned, so he's the fuck out of here. Mimic, obviously just signed out just now. Cause, he no-showed. Lyricist, Tragic, so he's the fuck out too. Which leaves us one person short this week, and we'll see how that leaves us going into next week. I think Smash wants a battle next week, so that'll fix that. Couple honorable mentions, people to watch out for, in my opinion anyway. People that are, spitting fire, getting the fucking dope battles in or whatever. I was going to go with Mimic. Obviously, he signed out, so I'm not going to keep him fucking in that list. But, and in no particular order, Chapo, Miracle, and Dutch. If you guys got to face any of those dudes, I would definitely put your guard up and put the fucking work in. Again, Mex and center site, don't take offense. I haven't seen it in your battles recently, so I can't fucking put you in that list, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, check those dudes out and watch for that shit. Right now in the rankings, we got, I think, right down to 13th place with some ties in there, which skipped over a few numbers. First is me, second is Mimic, third is El Chapo, fourth is Joe. I'll give us the rankings with the wins and losses too. Sean Mack 3-0, Mimic 3-1, El Chapo is 3-2, Joe is 2-1, Letterman is tied for 5th with Miracle, and they're both at 2-2. Dutch is tied for 7th, and I skipped 6 because 5 and 5, the tie there. Dutch is tied for 7th with Fresh and the Lyricist, and they all got 1-0. Skipping over the Apostle because he's not active in the league right now. We go with Slayer. He's in 10th place. Again, with the tie in 7th, that brings him up to 10th. 1-3 is what he's at. Mex is next at 11. He's 0-0. Center Site 0-1 at 12. LLS 0-2 is tied for 13th with Dave Dilly. We'll see how that goes this week. Actually, they're against each other, so that'll break that tie for sure. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. A lot of battles going on this week that's going to change the rankings up real quick, so we'll have an interesting card next week. And yeah, so ending this, I just got to say, everybody's got to follow the rules. I know there was a huge thing with fucking Mimic and the whole getting votes deducted, and getting votes deducted is fucking gay. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking gay. But the thing is, we've had so much bullshit with people posting where they shouldn't and having to clean it up, and it looks organized, and no matter how many times Joe or anybody else has said, yo, don't fucking do it, people keep doing it. These are rules that are standard across every league. They're not shit that people are trying to fucking pick up here and be assholes about. This is shit that goes on across any fucking league, anywhere you go. It's not something new. You don't post random shit in fucking battle threads. You don't ask for extensions past your fucking check-in. None of that shit happens in any other fucking league. It happens in the chat thread if you need to, and if not, you private message the fucking administrator. Like, there's ways around that. Edit your check-in, tag the person. That's why we have a tagging system. Like, there's so many different ways that we could have gone about that instead of having this whole fucking bullshit and having Mimic sign out. Like, that's fucking gay, man. Anybody that says I'm taking the easy way out on that is fucking lame as shit. They know I'd take that fucking battle any fucking time if I had the fucking time to do it. That's some fucking bullshit. But on that note, all I'm gonna say is that Mimic, you want a battle? We'll fucking set it up. We'll fucking do it. But it's not gonna be for this fucking champ match that's gonna be due in 2 days. I don't have fucking time for that. That's fucking gay. And everybody else is able to follow the rules. Nobody else has had any problems. So, going forward, there shouldn't be any other problems. There shouldn't be any other people losing votes. We shouldn't even have to have this system in place anymore. If people can actually, week in, week out, follow the rules, easy as cake. We don't have to seem like Joe's being a fucking douche and I'm fucking, trying to stick up for him and shit. That's fucking gay. He's the guy that runs the league. He's the reason we're all here. If it weren't for him, this league wouldn't even be here. Show him some fucking respect, man. He does what he can, and it's all for fucking fun. On that note, yeah, we're the only fucking video battle league running on the net. I checked that out last week. That's fucking dope, man. There was one other one. I can't remember the fucking site right now. Letsbeef.com. That's what it is. They don't even have anybody battling right now. So, yeah, we're the only one out there, man. We got to keep this shit respectable. We got to make it look good. Get your friends, get anybody, tag your Facebook friends, tag Twitter, tag everything. Get everybody in here. Let's make this fucking dope. This could be so much fucking bigger than it is, man. And, yeah, that's it. Peace out.